Good day out there, everybody. That's the 4th of October, 2023. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Actually, I'm not going to be making that many videos anymore. Maybe once a week, something like that. I'm starting to get a little bit busy here. I'm taking Russian classes and just started this week, a couple days ago. But it's going to be a little bit different today. Oh, I can't even show you. There's a building I'm standing right in front of, as you see in the background. And this is obviously part of the Minsk Auto Zavod, which is they make buses and trucks and things like that. Actually in Minsk, they make a truck that used to be the biggest truck in the world, like, I don't know, huge amount of tonnage. It was, I don't even know what it carries, but it was like over 40 tons or 400 tons or something like that. But I don't think it's at this factory. I'm not sure if they made it there, but you know, it's like a productive place. But as you see, Minsk Auto Zavod. And this is sort of a cultural center, and I believe it's kind of a hangover from the old Soviet times when a lot of time these firms, you know, that employ thousands, quite a few thousands of people, and you know, they had, you know, other things like cultural centers, places maybe you can learn things and play basketball. I don't know if it was basketball, but you know how that is, things like that. And I've been in this building once before. I just kind of accidentally found this mural made of wood, and I'm hoping that they will let me see that and all that. Oh, it looks like an accident here. I don't see this very often. I think it's like the second or third I've actually witnessed here. But let's see if we can do this. I'll even leave the camera rolling. You can see how terrible my Russian is. Okay. So here we go. I'll show you in the door. They might get skittish. Maybe I have to turn the camera off. Извините. Извините, я говорю только немного по-русски. Я кашу старой этажа, смотря дверная стена. Можно?
Я не знаю, можно. Это надо спрашивать у директора.
Я думаю,
У босса, вот.
Yeah. Okay. I'll look. Thanks. Спасибо. So, I don't even know what they said. They said something like, I think he said 8. Maybe I can get some words out. Excuse me, the microphone fell off. So let's see what's going on. Oh, look, they have parquet. It's called herringbone pattern. So let's see if I can do this. I have to ask somebody else, I suppose. It's a class of who knows what. I don't know what they, like I said, it's a cultural place too. Probably all sponsored by the place that makes the trucks and buses and things. I don't know. See if I find somebody here. Я говорю только немного по-русски. Можно я mit камера diese дверная стена?
Нет.
Нет?
Нет.
Раньше they said да.
Нет.
Сейчас нет.
Нет.
Раньше да,
Нет.
сейчас нет.
Нет.
Да,
Нужно
это
разрешение.
А?
Разрешение
Так,
с завода.
А?
Так, а стену, может, человек хочет в фойе второго этажа?
Фойе, но все равно нельзя фойе.
Нет.
Сама фойе.
Смотрите.
Только с разрешения нашей службы безопасности.
So, нет. Huh?
No.
Okay. Спасибо. Well, it looks like I talked to the wrong person. The other girls would have let me go in there, but I ran into the wrong person. Let's So that's how that is. Huh, yeah, that's not a good image for Belarus. So, you know, well, I'll tell you what, there's a very good chance that I will be able to do this, but at a different time. So let's go outside here and I'll get into a little bit of news, okay? Well, maybe I do get to see the wall today. What an adventure. Maybe. He's taken me to the boss, I believe, to get me permission. This, he looks like a maintenance guy here. Oh, look, a cantina. Oh, he might be taking me right up the stairs there. Oh, cool. We're here, people. So, all made of wood, like parquet. All pieces of wood, different colors. From Soviet times. Very interesting. Soldiers. Soldat. Ah, thank you. Very good. I'll turn it off and I'll do news outside, okay? Okay, people. Well, that's not the first time I've had some kind of an adventure like that. When I was in Grodno, it's pretty strange. I got into 3 separate places. I think I got into a synagogue, and I got into a castle, in a room in a castle that was off limits as well. You know, you're actually nice. Belarusian people are decent. That lady was just one of the first exceptions, and I don't know if she was going by any real rules or nothing, or she just wanted to be difficult. I'm not too sure. I'm not going to criticize her, so. But I doubt there was any rules for that. As a matter of fact, that room is actually kind of open. As you saw when I led you through there, it's just, you know, going all the way down through the hall. And actually, there's the main entrance. I walked out the main entrance, and it's right near that. I could have walked in there on my own and just walked up there and filmed and probably got away with it, and nobody would have said anything. It's too bad I wasn't there in the early morning. You could probably see that a lot better, but it's some decent artwork done with pieces of wood rather than, like, say, tiles, like a mosaic or something like that. Okay, well, that was the adventure. Now I'll talk about the adventures going on in the world. Somebody said they were interested in hearing like what Mike Jones had to say, because, you know, they took Mike Jones and John Mark Dougan off of YouTube, and a lot of us, most people, you know, they get most of their, you know, they follow most of the people on YouTube, like, you know, like Mike Jones and even Russell Brand, which he's been demonetized, but they left him on there. See, that's a little bit different with Russell Brand, you know. I don't know. Well, he's demonetized, you know, but so they leave him on, I guess and they're still running ads and making money off of him. You know, that's how the world is, you know. It's all about money. Money, baby, money. So anyway, let's get back going here. Mike Jones, yes, tremendous guy, and like I said he's off of YouTube, but he's still doing a lot of charity work, I believe, in Donbass. Maybe he's there most of the time. And this I don't know, you call it a program, or actually it's going to be a broadcast that I'll be involved with. And I'm sure that we will get Mike Jones either by video feed, or we will get him in person, or maybe both at some point in time. And I guess it's okay for me to tell you, because the benefactor that's doing this entire thing, he put it on his Telegram, so I can tell you. So who's also maybe going to appear in person, but at least by video, is going to be Alex Cristoforo and Scott Ritter. And of course there are others. I guess there is a very prominent politician from Australia, and then there's a lot of other people. I don't know everybody's names and all that, so I'll learn them too. So I'm hoping John Mark Dugan gets on there as well, I'm sure. So the benefactor, he will get any truth speaking person on there. So what did Mike Jones mention? He was this morning when I was looking on his Telegram, you know, it was the first person that I saw that reported this, was that Kevin McCarthy has been ousted as Speaker of the House of Representatives. And reason, you know, I don't know that he's been doing such a bad job, really, but, you know, and how this actually could come about, you have to have, I think he lost, I think it was 216 votes to oust him out of 210 votes that wanted to retain him as the Speaker of the House. But it was obviously probably all the Democrats voted to oust him. I don't know what they think. Do they think they're going to get a Democrat in there? But you remember with Nancy Pelosi, when anything that she was doing, anything, she got everybody to go along with it. I don't know if at the beginning, if AOC and some of those people, you know, what do they call them? I don't even know what they call them. I don't really pay much attention to them, Omar and AOC and all that anymore. But few things I thought actually they were pretty good on, but very few. And but anyway, Nancy Pelosi, she can push anything through, I guess, and maybe the other ones are made to toe the line as well. So any kind of corruption that just passed right through, like something through a goose, you know, like a hot knife through butter. And so, you know, part of this thing when she went to Taiwan, Nancy Pelosi, as you know, she was going over there just as much for her own personal business, her husband's, I suppose, with computer chips, which her husband is invested in. And she went there and toured a computer chip factory, and of course talking about them moving their operations, I believe, to Arizona. I'm not really, I don't think it was California, I think it was to Arizona. So that was a large part of the reason why she went to Taiwan and was risking World War III. Probably that's the main reason, for her own personal gain. You know, but Kevin McCarthy, I don't know. And you hear a lot of things, you know, the Jim Jordan, you know, he's also a prominent, you know, representative, and he spoke in favor of Kevin McCarthy. And I like Jim Jordan. And Jim Jordan, as you know, is really beloved by Donald Trump. And Matt Gaetz, of course, is the one who spearheaded this whole charge to get rid of Kevin McCarthy, to remove him as the Speaker. And so this is going to be an interesting time too, because that position is vacant. As far as I know, they haven't chosen anybody yet. And I'm wondering, you know, Matt Gaetz is also, he's beloved by Donald Trump, and so is Jim Jordan. And Kevin McCarthy, you know, Donald Trump, I don't think he had anything serious about him. But the one thing that I saw Mike Jones also put out a tweet from somebody. He posted it on his Telegram page, and he said, well, the tweet said from this other person, and it was somebody well-placed in Washington, D.C., I suppose. And I don't know if you know the word Drano. I think it was Drano or Drano. I don't know who that is, but I might have heard that before. But anyway, it was a tweet from whoever that is. And they said the whole reason for ousting Kevin McCarthy was Ukraine, because Kevin McCarthy would not drop funding to Ukraine. Apparently, that's what that person said. But from what I heard, they had already approved of that bill without funding for Ukraine. So I don't know what that's all about. So all sorts of things that you hear. You never know what the real truth is anymore. Sometimes people give you some strange looks, and it. Anyway. So, but also somebody had put up there. Who was it? Let me see if I have the name here. Oh, Mike Kirby, or no, John Kirby. John Kirby, of all people. He said they have no evidence or indication that there's any corruption in Ukraine regarding U.S. funding for Ukraine. In other words, it's all accounted for. All the money that the U.S. has ever sent to Ukraine, nothing was stolen or nothing like that. And but Mike Jones was putting up a little video of it was apparently USAID. I think you saw boxes with cans in them, and it's coming off of a pallet and supposed to go into a truck, but somebody was taking some of the boxes, somebody that took it off the truck, handed it to somebody else, and it was shuffled into some building. So who knows how many boxes. It was just a short clip, and obviously it was not going in the truck is what I'm getting at, and what Mike Jones is probably trying to indicate as well. And yeah. Oh, and also the Bild Zeitung, Bild newspaper. Well, probably online. I'm sure I think they probably still have the publication in paper form. Bild Zeitung, which would mean the Bild newspaper, and that it's all despair in the West, and that they're trying to get rid of, dump Ukraine, supposedly. That they're desperate to get, but then again, why did Mural say that they're going to keep on funding Ukraine? So you get this information, it kind of really pisses me off because you don't really know what is going on, but I guess the rule of thumb that I was going by all the time is you don't pay any attention to what any of these politicians say. You just look at what they do. So if they cut the funding, girls smiling because they heard English. If they cut the funding, then that's obvious that they're trying to get rid of Ukraine. So, and some places are cutting the funding and some places aren't, but they're keeping the money going. But I think it's just there's less money. So it just might be a case of some people trying to send less money or no money, I don't know, and some people want to keep it going, and when they're split, maybe the amounts of money is just not quite as it used to be when they were all on board. We got to get them over there so they don't have to come, so they don't come over here. And you heard Lindsey Graham saying that Putin's not going to stop. He's going to keep on going. He's going to go right into Poland, into Germany. Oh my God, this guy's a nutcase. I don't know. Makes you wonder, does this guy know he's lying or is just stupid? I don't think he's stupid. I think he knows he's lying. But Lindsey Graham, he never saw a war he didn't like. Everybody knows that. Lindsey Graham has always been that way. If there's any possible opportunity for there to be a war somewhere, he'll be right there supporting it. Jeez, really makes you wonder, doesn't it? But Donald Trump supposedly tweeted something like that Republicans are always fighting and the Democrats are not. But I'll tell you what, I don't see that as a bad thing, because like I was just saying, you get the Democrats to all line up and go along with whatever the upper echelon Democrats tell them to go along with. In other words, they don't even have any purpose. They don't have any purpose to be there. So why don't they just stay home and have the two people or three or whatever that run the whole majority in the House of Representatives and just vote? Just let them do all the voting. All you need is about 3 people. Whatever they decide, that's what goes. Democracy. So what's the friggin' point of having a republic when all these people, I mean, it's the opposite of a republic. They're not doing what the people want. It's all about money, you know? It's all about money in the end, you know, and power. It has nothing to do with humanity and nothing to do with anything else. It's just about power and money, you know, which is sometimes the same thing. Just can't believe it. So I think it's actually a good thing when you see what happened with the House right now when it's under the control of the Republicans, because that's a thing called maybe democracy. You know, that shows that there are people, at least in the Republicans, that know how to think for themselves. They think for themselves, unlike the Democrats. They all just like, yeah, it's just like a carbon copy. Whatever the main one says, everybody has to go along with it. What's the friggin' point in having representatives? What is the point? They don't vote their conscience. They just do whatever they're told to do. And anybody that's on this channel or watches any of these truth activist channels, such as the Duran and Alex Christoforo, or you know, that like Mike Jones and all those, you know, a lot of other people, even Russell Brand, you know, you people that are watching this are people, they watch this because you think for yourselves. So I think it would be disgusting for you to see all these Democrats just doing what they're told to do. They don't have a mind of their own. Yeah, sure, you get something passed, but what if it's something that's really terrible, which happens all the time? You get a bunch of crap going through, screws up the entire United States, screws up the whole economy. Everything is screwed up because nobody votes their conscience. They just go along with the crowd. Isn't that a bunch of crap? Can we ever think of some kind of a government where you actually have you have the possibility to think for yourself and to do for yourself and to actually vote? Maybe they should have secret votes. I don't know. Apparently they're not secret votes. They're all done for everybody to say yay and nays and all this kind of crap. I don't know. It should be a secret vote. You don't even have your name on there. You just, I don't know. Then there's going to be cheating. What did Stalin say? It doesn't count how you vote, but it's who counts the vote that counts. And I've been in countries like that. Look at what happened in the last election with Biden and Trump. And you can't tell me that Biden won that election. Anyway, we've seen a lot of this stuff already. It's not that I really love Trump, but I don't know. I have my questions. I tell you what. No, let's just skip all this stuff now. I'll get onto some some personal sort of thing. I'm in Russian classes right now, and actually I got switched to another class. It was supposed to be 3 days, and it turned out they'd changed it to 5 days, and now I'm switched to a different class, which is 3 days. One day I have to go afternoons till the evening time on Tuesdays, and it's going to be like 5 hours in class at that time. 5, I think. The other days are 4 hours, I think, or 4.5. Well, it's actually 5 hours, but it's 4. What do you call it? 4 school hours, which is 45 minutes or something like that. But you're there personally because you have a couple breaks. You're there like 5, and the other one might be 6 hours. I don't know. I have the times written down. Doesn't really matter what it is because that's when I'm going to be there. But in the other class that I was just transferred from, there were Iranians. Oddly enough, one guy is an official that works at the Iranian embassy here, and the other two is a couple, and very strange, and they're anti-Iran government. And the guy says he loves the Shah, loves Donald Trump, and I was thinking, well, what about when Soleimani was actually murdered? You know, there was no trial and nothing like that, and then Trump just, you know, snuffed him out, and 16 other people as well died in that. Collateral damage, as the U.S. calls it. You know, and actually, when you see what Iran does, when they got that Rigi, I think his name was Rigi, from the Jundala, which was known as a terrorist group. Actually, to Iran, it's a terrorist group, but it was funded and run by NATO and the United States mostly. But you know, they conducted terrorist attacks inside of Iran, and they blew up the Iranian National Guard, killed a whole bunch of them. I think like 60 or 70 at one point in time. But anyway, they caught that guy. They forced the airplane down. They didn't kill anybody. They didn't even kill that Rigi. They took him, and he even admitted to his crimes on camera. And he looked very genuine, you know. You never know about that, you know. Didn't look like he was beat up or anything like that, and he knew he was getting the death penalty. But anyway, there's no collateral damage. Nobody gets killed. But when the United States does that, or Israel, for example, they got this, who is that guy, whatever they called him, an imam or something, or whatever, some old guy in a wheelchair in Palestine, and he was leaving a mosque, and they blew him up and everybody around him as well, you know, and they thought that was great, the Israelis. But Iran doesn't do that. I don't know. So, but this guy, like I said, he was in favor of the Soleimani assassination. So I don't really know. I tell you what, facts are different on the ground. Seems like a really decent guy. So that guy, and it's very strange that they're in the same class, and they talk together like they get along, even though one is pro-government, one is anti-government. And the young couple, the guy had to leave Iran for, I don't know, is maybe similar to, you know, people maybe that have to get out when government comes after them. Doesn't happen so much in the U.S., I don't think, except for like Snowden. There's a few, but I don't know, in other countries it does. Supposedly also in Belarus, but I think a lot of people that left here, they left on their own. And there are people here that go around and they spend a huge portion of their day trying to get everybody to hate the government, and they haven't left. So I don't know. So I think a lot of these people that took off and went to like Poland from Belarus, I think they did it by choice. Again, I'm not positive. I'm not in possession of all the facts, and even when anybody tells me anything, it doesn't mean I'm going to believe it. I'm going to hold it in my mind and say, okay, that's a possibility of being true. If I hear something completely the opposite, I'll say, okay, it's a possibility of that being true. I don't know what the chances are of me finding the real evidence, the real truth, and what really is true. I don't know. That's how that is, though. But all I'm saying is that with this vote in the House of Representatives, like what Trump was saying, that, oh, how come we can't agree on everything and the Democrats always do? But I tell you what, that is a good thing. That is a good thing. So, and it's actually how it should be. So at least there are some people that, like I say, they can think for themselves. They have a mind of their own, and I like Matt Gaetz. You know, I don't have anything against Kevin McCarthy really either. If he was trying to ram through this money to Ukraine, yeah, it makes you wonder on whose payroll he is on too. Is he involved, invested in defense contracting like a lot of these people are? Well, who knows? Anyway, that's mostly all I have to say about that. And like I said, I'm not sure what my future is going to be as far as making these videos. And I might, I'll talk to the benefactor doing the broadcast, and he might allow me to take parts of the broadcast and put it on here, or maybe I'll just make these a little bit shorter and a little bit fewer. I'm not too sure. So I'll do what I can. But anyway, I'll be back, of course. Before I know for sure what I'm going to be doing, I'll tell you all that. But like I said, things keep changing all the time, and then I was supposed to do something else, you know, at another venue, 2 days a week, and I don't know. It was supposed to be starting by now, and it hasn't started. I haven't even been contacted. So, and they were saying that, oh yeah, we have things ready. We have the design, the studio design done, and all that sort of thing. But like I say, I haven't heard anything. So that may not come about. Maybe they decided otherwise. But okay. But thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.